did you ask him about the money he owes to people? Did you ask him about this? Did you ask him about that? And I'm just like, I didn't know it was my job to be the fucking debt collector. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
right?
I'm just trying to have a conversation with the guy. I don't know who the fuck he owes money to, right? Or like anything like that.
And kudos to him because he did talk about a lot of the controversies.
He did, and I feel bad, right? So, and this is where you can get crazy with the controversy of the dog daddy, right? So there's a page out there that everybody can go and search for. It's an Instagram, or not an Instagram page, sorry, it's a Facebook group called like The Truth About Ultimate German Shepherds or something like that. Because I think Ultimate German Shepherds is the group that he used to breed dogs under, or something like that, right? Yeah. And, I did quite a bit of research onto that because there was like some pretty serious controversy surrounding the guy for a little bit, as far as like he was talking about like one of the places he used to live at, and then he had a really bad falling out with the person, and they basically were posting all these pictures and like talking about the dogs were living in bad conditions. And then there was all this like talk of he dumped all his dogs somewhere. And then there was all this talk of like, there were like, if you go on the page, there's like a clip, or not a clip, sorry. There's like a couple of pictures of like that, like, 15 acre property or whatever it was. There were a bunch of like animal bones, excuse me, scattered around, and they were posting it like as if those were like dog bones, right? And that he was like killing dogs on his property and like burying them. And if you dig into all the comments and stuff of it, everybody, like there's people out there, and listen, I don't know anything about this, obviously, but there's people out there as far as like how to identify bones, right? Yeah. But there's people out there that are looking at them, they're like, those are definitely not dog bones, right? Yeah. That's like a goat or something. And they were able to like identify it based on like the nostrils and like the what the skeleton looked like. And it's not like there was like a gazillion of them, but like the dude has on his YouTube channel, this is, again, controversial stuff. I don't know if I necessarily love this or not, but he's got a video. One of his most viewed videos on his YouTube channel has like 5 million views, is him feeding his pack of dogs like a fucking, like a goat or something, like basically whole. Right? Like it's wild, right?
Yeah, okay.
But it's like, again, it's got like fucking 5 million views on YouTube, right? Like it's not illegal to do by any means,
Yeah. Well, I think people like forget that he grew up in Brazil, which I mean, stuff like that, it was just probably how things work down there.
Yeah. I don't know, man. So, the fact of the matter is, the reason why I say all this kind of stuff is I can feel for the guy a little bit, right? Because he's such a hated guy, right? People despise this dude, right? For all these different reasons, right? And as you dig into it, I was really trying to do my best to dig into some of the controversial stuff and like see if there was any sort of weight behind any of it. And all of it, almost all of it, right? I could be corrected. I'm not a fucking investigator here, right? I'm not here to investigate the dog daddy by any means. But virtually all of it seems like it's just a he said, she said. You know what I mean? It seems like he probably burned a couple bridges. Does it sound like he may have been a little sketchy from the standpoint of maybe owing some people some money or things like that? Yeah, sure, right? But it sounds like he burned some bridges, and then some people were just really, really, really out to get him, but there wasn't really any weight behind the claims. I don't see any evidence that any of that is happening, right? I'm not saying it's not. Listen, I'm not.
Yeah, we're not advocating.
Right? I'm not advocating for it by any means. And I'm not saying that I agree with everything that the guy does by any means, right? But if that stuff actually was true, he would be in jail.
Yeah.
He would literally be in jail, right? So that's the thing that kills me, right? There was a case that happened a couple years ago. There was a guy in Columbus. His name was Stephen Baldwin. You probably remember hearing me talk about this guy a little bit.
Maybe, yeah.
He was like a Columbus sensei. He was the Columbus dog wizard for a little bit,
right?
Yeah. Kind of like a younger guy. And he wound up leaving Columbus and moving to Los Angeles, right? And running like this dog rehabilitation center out of Los Angeles. And there was a bunch of controversy surrounding this guy also, right? And he wound up getting tried for like 10 counts of like animal cruelty, like all this like really serious stuff, right? He got tried for some serious shit. And I believe, I could be mistaken about this, I know he's in jail. I believe he's serving like a very, very serious sentence right now. Like I think like 20 some years, or like the dude is going to be gone for a long time.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? So it's like, it's one of those things where I look at this kind of stuff like, the legal system works if we let it work. Right? And people can debate that all day long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, if there was evidence behind these claims being true, like, I'm sure people smarter than myself are investigating it, and they don't need me doing a podcast episode exposing him or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it'll get figured out, and the dude will go to jail if that's happening.